There you go.
If you'd said late and went on to coach Bradford, I got it in a fucking...
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to make it ridiculously easy, was I?
Brian Noble.
This half played for Wigan in 2008 and 2009 before playing for Cronulla in 2010 and 2011 and is now midway through serving a 28-month UK driving ban.
Tim Smith.
There you go.
Hey.
Throw
Look at how much I'm grinning.
Throw a bit of scandal in there.
Look at me smiling.
This former Dally M winner and current NRL head coach played 2 seasons at Wigan before 2 seasons at Cronulla, finishing his playing career with the Sharks after the 2010 season.
Oh, I might be struggling here now.
So he won the Dally M, so obviously a great player.
Yeah.
He's currently a head coach in the NRL.
You can't tell me which team, though.
Played for 2 seasons for Wigan before 2 seasons, finishing his player career at the Sharks after the 2010 season. So he played 09 and 10 at the Sharks, 07 and 08 at Wigan.
I'm going to hear it and know it instantly. Go on, who?
Do you not want to think?
I'm thinking, Mark. I am sat thinking and I'm coming up... That's what I'm saying. I'm going to know it when I hear it.
He played in the Great Escape game at Bradford in 2008. For Wigan. Halfback. Was robbed of the Man of Steel in his short spell at Wigan. Well, his 2-year spell at Wigan.
I think so. Go on, just tell me who.
Trent Barrett.
Trent Barrett, thank you. Yes, at Manly. And I had the Manly badge like floating around in my head as well. Right, go on then.
This halfback played 19 NRL games for Cronulla between 2008 and 2009, 49 times for Wigan between 2013 and 2014, and is about to play for his 5th NRL club in 2017.
Blake Green.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
This current Wigan forward...
Tally Matautai. Next. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
There we go. Do you want to read the question out, though, just for the sake of parity? I'm not cheating, that was literally they mentioned it in commentaries.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Turned it on and turned it off this half.
This former coach led Wigan to the 2002 Challenge Cup title. He also played 3 times for Cronulla in the mid-80s and later coached them in the mid-noughties.
Do we do the first bit about Wigan coaches?
This former coach led Wigan to the 2002 Challenge Cup title. He also played 3 times for Cronulla in the mid-80s and later coached them in the mid-noughties. So he might have even been coach around the time you were first.
I know.
He's got a famous father.
Esting? No. No, I'm not going to get it. Go on.
Stuart Raper.
There we go. Okay.
This...
Where are we at now? Are we at the Ultra Impossible one yet?
We're at 7.
We're at 7. So what am I so far? Am I 4 out of 6 or 7?
So far out of the 6 we've had, you've got 4 out of 6.
Alright, excellent. I'm already going to get half marks, which pleases me greatly. Go on.
This Aussie centre or back rower left Cronulla in 2006 after 5 seasons to join Wigan, where he stayed until 2010, amassing over 100 appearances in Cherry and White.
George Carmon?
No.
Okay. All the centres for you there. Left in 2010?
Yes.
Oh, actually, Carmon stayed longer than that, didn't he?
Carmon was there for 1 more season.
Yeah. No, go on, give it to us.
It was Phil Bailey.
Phil Bailey now.
Yeah, I thought that was a difficult one.
That was a tricky
anyone got that out there. This next one, I'm not going to give the answer. So if anyone can get in touch with who the answer is,
right.
This would be impressive knowledge, I feel.
Okay.
So, unless you know it, that'd be amazing if you know it. This red-haired loose forward played over 130 games for Cronulla between 1992 and 2003 before joining Wigan midway through the 2003 season for a 14-game stint.
No, I don't know. Like, you're not going to tell us off. Right, let me come round and have a look.
Do you want me to read it one more time?
No, I won't. We could have sat here for hours, mate. We'd have never got you home.
No.
No, fair play. Good shout. That's all right, though. I'll take that this week.
Yeah. 4 out of 8.
I'll take that this week. 4 out of 8. I'm pleased with that. That was a good one. I enjoyed that.
Good stuff.
I think I come into them thinking I'm going to get absolutely pagged here, and then I do all right nowadays. I'm not setting the world on fire. I think if I was just getting it right all the time, it wouldn't be quite as entertaining, would it?
None of them were quite as hard as the rugby league trivia question that Tim G emailed over to us.
No, I know, exactly. And I thought I cracked it as well, because I actually thought watching Taboo, just to lend some colour because he won't make the show, but we were talking about Taboo the last couple of weeks, the BBC thing, and with Tom Hardy, and he said, what's the rugby league connection? And I automatically assumed, because I think I'd seen a few big skinhead looking fellas in there, that what's he called? Adam Fogarty had been in it.
No, he's busy running the Wolfpack.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Only like a bit part, but it wasn't. It was some guy who coached Samoa in the 2013 World Cup.
There, yeah, and used a part of the Sussex Merlins, who Tim has attached
connections with. Yes, I know. That was a nice piece of trivia from Tim. Mark, what's coming up? What recommendations have we got?
Well, what's coming up this week? Have you got anything? I can say for next week's show, I'm hopefully going to have gone to the Bradford game if nothing else.
Well, I'm going to be very busy on Saturday as it happens, because I will be finally, after much procrastination and beating about the bush, doing my 200k cycle. I am ready to go. I have got free clear time, so I will gradually tweak myself. I'm going to start it on Saturday. It might be that by the middle-ish portion of it on Saturday, I feel like stretching it out over 2 days, which I'll be capable of doing, because I've nothing on Sunday either. But my plan is to start relatively early Saturday morning, about 8:30. I'll jump on Periscope and on Twitter and say hello to everybody, and then periodically throughout the day, I'll tweet pictures of how far I am and what I'm up to and what I look like. And my aim would be to do it all in a oneer on Saturday.
Do I need to be available for any emergency room trips?
No, Mark. I'm not so phenomenally out of shape that I'm going to collapse and have an heart
I'm not suggesting you are. You had a good 6 mile or so walk home last night.
I did. I did, because there was no buses out of Blackpool North. But enough of that. So that'll be the final part of the charity. Then we need to start thinking about what we're going to do and if we're going to adopt a charity this year and this time around as well. So keep an eye out on Twitter over Saturday from around about 8:30 in the morning. I will be on my bike.
Good stuff.
There you go. What's coming up for you? Have you got anything exciting on?
Well, like I say, I'm hopefully going to go to the Bulls against Toulouse match, unless nothing else from life gets in the way.
Yep.
And that's the weekend. So that's what we should be talking about next week, and we'll want people's feedback on what we've talked about this week, any of the news stories. Everyone look out for the Google Forms from Thursday night for the game reviews for this weekend's games. Hopefully we'll get plenty from... If you're listening to this now and you know you're going to be at one of the non-televised games on Friday night, get your reviews into us on those games, guys, because we'll want to know what's happened in them, won't we? We really will want to know. So please do remember to log into your Twitter or your Facebook or whatever. Click on the link to the forms over the weekend. It'll still be open on Saturday and Sunday like normal. So throw up your reviews later on after you've been to the game and slept it off or what have you. But please do fill us in on those things, because we want to know as much about those games that we won't be able to catch as we can. I always find it a little bit annoying when Wigan's game is a televised game, just because I'm always going to see the Wigan game and I like to see another game.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, there we go.
So the other weekend, I watched the first 4 games of the season, like the Thursday night, Friday night game and the Catalans game and the Wigan game in between.
Of course, yeah.
And then this week I'll only get to see 2.
It's a shame. No, you can stream on Saturday. You can stream Siddle.
Oh yeah, that one as well. Yeah,
so that's a bit more.
No, I mean of the Super League game.
Of course. But there's a bit more rugby league there for your fix. And of course, it's not long before the Australian season starts again, isn't it? And
no, 2 weeks away. Along with getting the the Toronto games on Premier Sports as well. So Premier Sports will be very active for us rugby league fans over the from March onwards.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to having a subscription with that now. I cancelled it for the off season, so I can jump back on now and and start watching them
I
again.
often forget to watch about 4 games of ice hockey and think I'm going to get back into ice hockey. I used to really like ice hockey, and then forget about it over Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the end of January, when the Nines is on, think, at least I can watch the Nines.
There you go. Exactly. No, so I'm going to resubscribe in the next couple of weeks. So the Super League pod is built upon a foundation.
Any recommendations?
Oh, sorry, I haven't done that yet, have I? No. I'm jumping ahead.
SLP recommends.
Nothing from me this week.
No, you were writing down some stuff. I thought.
No, this is just to do with playing us out later on. Just things I wanted to say about that. No, I have no recommendations this week.
Well, I wanted to recommend a BBC Three comedy show called This Country.
Okay.
That surrounds these 2 cousins in a Cotswold village, and their sort of antics, as it were. But it's done in like a docu-soap kind of way. It's very funny. I would recommend getting on your catch-up, and I think the first 2 or 3 episodes are now up there.
Right.
So I'd recommend that. And SSGB, I don't know if you caught this, started on BBC One on Sunday night. I watched it before I came round.
Right.
It's like alternate if the Nazis had won the war.
Oh, wow. I will want to watch that.
The Nazis won the Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
So by 1941, we were a Nazi-occupied country.
I bet that's fascinating.
So yeah.
Right, I'm going to go back and take a look at that on the iPlayer then.
There you go.
That sounds really good. The Super League pod is built upon a foundation of wonderful listeners getting in touch with us every week and giving us their thoughts and feedback on everything we've had to say and everything that they've seen in rugby league. So how do people go about doing that if they want to get in touch with us for the first time, Mark?
So it's at Super League Pod on Twitter and on Instagram. I think we let people down by not...
Oh, we never Instagrammed over the weekend, did we? I think we probably had other things on our mind.
Or other things in our hands.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/Super League Pod and superleaguepod@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with a bit of a longer story. Check out the Google forms each week as they come up for the match reviews, and you can revisit our blog for any posts we put up. And nothing new this week, but I'm thinking of doing a World Club Series where could it be hosted kind of story. Looking forward to the future for that. So that's superleaguepod.blogspot.co.uk.
There you go. And I was actually, funnily enough, I was actually on the Blogspot page today, and there's like a good wealth of blog and opinion pieces up there, isn't there? Now it looks quite healthy. It's well worth going back and kind of having a read through.
They're not all just us.
Exactly.
We have Paul O'Brien's stories from being a referee, and his viewpoint from that. We had Brian Davies got in touch last year with sort of setting us straight on a couple of issues, really, because Brian Davies is far more measured and well informed most of the time than we are. And there's a few from years ago as well, little bits from the early days from listeners getting in touch as well. I think we had one from Ian Gatwood back then, didn't we? Andy Varden, Dargana maybe.
We'd love to get more blogs and put them up there and publicise them for people. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're thinking of writing something, then send it on over.
Opinion pieces,
as long as not wildly racist or bigoted in your opinions, then we'll probably publicise it and put you up there. It seems hard to find a reason that you would be in a rugby league blog, but you never know. We will exercise some editorial restraint, is what I'm saying. You can't just send us your new Nazi manifesto and expect that we'll put it up based on what I've just said. But if it's rugby league based and you're not a prick, we'll definitely put it up. Playing us out this week, Mark. We talked about this a few weeks ago as a new feature we were going to do. We would have liked to have done it last week in time for Valentine's Day. This is for the song I picked out because it's a nice one, but technical issues got in the way. So we're going to do it this week because I've been listening to this band more and more, and I'm thoroughly enjoying them. They're a band called Cigarettes After Sex. Now, they're a New York band. They're from Brooklyn. They are a synth poppy sounding band. It's quite slow and melodic, so
shoegazing kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very pretty, very plinky synth stuff. The lead singer,
I'd like it.
I think you probably wouldn't find it too bad. The lead singer reminds me a bit of Brian Molko from Placebo. He's kind of got that androgynous sound to his voice. In fact, the first time I heard them, I thought it was like a lass singing in kind of a Marlene Dietrich low pitched sound, and I researched them because I don't often get into female fronted bands. I thought, I'll have a look at this, and it was a guy.
So then you were like, I can get on board then.
No, I would have been on board either way.
Not them female music.
I would have been on board either way. I'm not against them, I just don't normally get into them. And this is a big departure for me because my wheelhouse is really that kind of sort of rocky, edgier, more brutal guitar sound. But for Valentine's Day I'd pick this one up because there's a beautiful sentiment to the lyrics as well. So playing us out on Super League Pod this week with their song from the EP EP1, Cigarettes After Sex with Nothing's